everyone, welcome to a new episode of Business Room Podcast. Today we have a special guest which comes directly from Ukraine to the Terminal 4 event. And I'm going to let her introduce herself, and also if you can just surprise our viewers with a bit of a pitch about yourself and your expertise and the business you are representing.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me here. It's my big pleasure. My name is Anastasia. I work in the investment team of Flight One Ventures. Originally, I was raised and born in Ukraine, but I've been living in Vienna for the last 3 years. Initially, I started my career in a fintech startup as a financial analyst. Then I went to Vienna to do my master's in quantitative finance, and I worked in an investment firm with a team when we were responsible for developing systematic trading strategy for the investment firm. But I understood that I somehow missed this entrepreneurial spirit and startup ecosystem and that world which makes you form a holistic picture of what is going on with the recent tech investments, and that is how I joined Flight One 1 year ago. So Flight One Ventures is an early stage VC fund. We back CEE, Central Eastern European and Ukrainian founders wherever they are. We're investing in pre-seed and seed stage deals. When it comes to pre-seed deals, we are able to invest up to $500,000. When it comes to seed deals, we invest up to 1.5. We are able to lead rounds, but we're also fine with co-investing and following as well. We are backed by European institutional investors such as EBRD and IFC. And originally, it all started 7 years ago when a team which previously built one of the biggest product tech companies in Central Eastern Europe decided to utilize their expertise in finding next big things and helping portfolio companies founders in scaling them. So we provide additional value to our founders by helping them with operations. We'll provide all kind of operational support. We help them with recruitment, marketing, sales. We are one of the biggest partners of Meta and Amazon in Central Eastern Europe. So yeah, we've done more than 90 investments. We are at the count of 4 exits so far. And yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, I've seen you have an extended portfolio in also like the B2B and the B2C
right.
industries. So I'm curious on how do you see the differences in between these two areas? Because most VCs are focusing more on one side, but I've seen like for you it's kind of diverse in terms of industries and in terms of how founders are and everything. So you have a lot of things on your table. Yeah. How do you feel or how do you perceive the differences in between the B2B and the B2C investments?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's right. Basically, we invest in both B2B and B2C. We're industry agnostic. We invest in purely software companies. I work in a team which primarily focus on enterprise software. But as for the differences, there are some things that do differ. Like B2C is easier. B2C products are easier to sell because the average check value is smaller. But at the same time, the retention is much more difficult to keep. So unit economics matters. Mm-hmm. And when it comes to stickiness to the product, B2C is very competitive. And it's very difficult to estimate the value proposition of B2C products objectively because each and every vertical in the B2C applications is very competitive, as I said. It's pretty overwhelmed with different applications, and it's also sort of psychological factor defined by each and every customer subjectively. With B2B, retention is not that hard if you were able to prove your value to business. But for that, your product needs to be a painkiller, not a supplement. And that is something that I'd say unites B2C and B2B. For example, in the era of economic recession and stagnation, companies are limiting their budgets. The purchase power of each and every individual, it also decreases. So people are becoming much more cautious with how they spend money, and they kind of doubt whether they need additional subscription on, let's say, another photo editing tool, just an example. But yeah, the thing is providing value. In both cases, it all comes to long-term perspective and how your end customer sees this value for themselves.
Yes, and looking forward on this side, can you tell us an example of a challenge you encountered in one of the either the B2B or the B2C investments you had? Something that just sticked with you.
From the point of
From the point of the investor.
from the point of decision making about a certain product.
So yeah, in the beginning we had some, initial points on how the process is gonna be, how the team is gonna be, and during the process, in the middle of the process, you had probably a surprise or something.
Yeah.
Went behind the plan.
We have a good example.
Okay.
So we have an investment in Hicksfield AI. So initially, this company, at the stage of our investment, this company was not demonstrating strong traction or something that would be outstanding. But founders were the one who let us understood that whatever they're building, we want to be in. And now this company is raising Series A, 50 million, and they're growing really fast. So I know it sounds controversial to what I've said before, but at the same time, it also matches a lot with our investment thesis, is that we do not only invest in products. There are a lot of bright ideas. There are a lot of problems to be tackled and solutions which are built to tackle these problems. But we should always remember that all the products are built by people, by teams. And for pre-seed and seed investments, that is what matters most.
Okay, that's a really good example. And I want to build on that because I'm curious, what do you think are, top 3 must-haves for a founder that is gonna be, let's say, a partner with you, it's gonna work with you as an investor?
Well, first of all, we have investment thesis which founders need to match. That is our geo focus. So they need to be Central Eastern or Ukrainian origin founders. That is crucial. Then we have a certain characteristic. It's called driven animal. When it comes to founder's personality, we describe it as a driven animal. In a positive way, we find this obsession and aggressiveness in founders about their products. When, for example, when founders are telling something, I cannot imagine myself working on something else. That's the problem I was eager to find a solution for years. That is the problem and the pain I was constantly facing myself. That are considered to be strong signals, and stickiness to their ideas, stickiness to the product they're committed, because they just need to assure us in the way that they want this product to exist no matter what, and they know how they will deliver value to their end customer. And the third one would be, let's put it this way, previous big tech experience is always something beneficial, because it works for us in the way that it helps us to be confident in founders. Tech expertise, product expertise, they know how to build things because they got a hands-on experience with real products. But it's not always a case which would guarantee the success, right? So it depends a lot on how fast founders are able to execute decisions, how fast they're iterating different hypotheses, how strong they are in their willingness to go in direction which no one agrees to go with, and the way they work all together as well. We should not underestimate the team composition and the thing that it should be complementary. They have to empower each other.
Okay. Okay, and what do you think it's a must-have for startups to know about Flyer One Ventures? Like, if you can pick only one thing, what do you think the founders must know about you so they can pick you from everyone else?
85% of our portfolio companies call us to be the most helpful VC at their cap table. Mm-hmm. This is not a random number. This is NPS questionnaire, which our operations department is doing every 6 months. And this percentage has been increasing every half year, every 6 months. And that is how we kind of throw back to what I've mentioned earlier. We do not only provide money and capital itself, we provide all kind of operational support. We provide expertise, which our team has gained themselves when they got things dirty and building things from scratch without external financing. And we also help our portfolio companies with warm introductions, with further fundraising. And our portfolio companies, basically, we as a fund, we are ranked to be top tier in Europe from the point of conversion from early stage startups to Series A.
Okay, that sounds amazing. Actually,
let our numbers speak for us.
Yeah, that's a good insight. But we were talking earlier off the cameras about the differences in between the Eastern European mindset when it comes to investments and the American or the Western mindset. What do you think, again, what are the differences in between these two? And what should we improve in the CE area? Or do you think there is something we can follow from their example, the Western example, and bring to the Eastern European table?
That's a great question. And I think there's no right answer for that, as well as no wrong answer. Just to start from scratch, American VC ecosystem has been built much earlier than it all started in EU, and it just simply has much more data points in history. It has much more success cases just because it has been lasting for a longer time period. I definitely think that we should not just blindly follow the example of the US VC ecosystem. We should implement the best practices, learn from them, but we should also learn from their mistakes. And for instance, the recent update about the policy concerning the H-1, 2 visas for basically for talents which are coming for to work in the US. After that policy implementation, company would need to pay $100K for each and every employee that is coming to the US to work on, let's say, startup or something else. And to my mind, it limits the US ecosystem from the global access to international talent. And that is something we should not repeat. And we don't have to be afraid of our ambitions. We should not underestimate the talent pool we have here in the region. We have to learn to speak loud about our ideas, our ambitions, our vision, and basically let all the talents get a proper support. And I'm not talking only like money-wise, but there's something we are given to founders when we work with them. We're always providing feedback. We're always eager to kind of direct them, and anything else is depending on them.
But how does your team manage failures when it comes to startups or?
It's done differently. It differs. I mean, each and every failure is unique. But basically, as I previously said, we commit in startups and in companies not only for money. We commit in founders' personality, founders' eagerness to build things, to share their vision and scale something that they believe would change the industry or maybe even the world. And that is why we are always keeping on track of what's going on with the company, their performance. We analyze and read through very attentively each and every report they send us. As I already mentioned a few times, we have brilliant team of operations and business analysts and PR team, marketing, sales. They help our founders with any problem they might find hard to solve by themselves, or maybe they just like need an alternative view, an alternative perspective and opinion about how they should tackle that. So basically, as long as founders are at the same page with us, we're always by their side.
Okay, Anastasia. So we are gonna come closer to the end of the podcast, but before that, I wanna challenge you a bit. And I want to ask you to challenge our viewers as well with a question or something that can motivate them or make them think more about themselves. If you would tell something like that to our viewers, what would it be?
I'm not sure. I don't know whether you are building something right now or you're just in the process of making decisions about what to do next in your life and whether you should take a path of becoming an entrepreneur and a startup founder. But try to recall a few moments in your life when you were hesitating on something and you finally made a decision to say yes, despite fear, despite whoever, whatever talked about that. And ask yourself, would I be here if I was not brave enough to take that path? So never put a ceiling over your ambitions. Never limit yourself in your vision, in the way you would like things to work. And remember that if you can dream it, you can do it.
Thank you so much for your presence and for discussing a bit more on your perspectives on how the ecosystem works, how Fly One Ventures is built. And for you, the ones that are watching us, if you want to find more about Anesthesia, Fly One Ventures, you can find many more information in the description down below. Thank you for following us and have a great day ahead.
Thanks for having me here. It was a pleasure. It was a great conversation. And I hope that inspired our listeners a bit. And I was very glad to share more about Fly One. How do we invest? When do we invest? And maybe you will become the next founder we will back.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.